Namaste, welcome to Geeta's Kitchen. Our morning bites today is based on a request from one of our subscribers. And today I am going to talk about a topic that is caregiver stress. Who is a caregiver? A caregiver is a person who helps anyone in need. The person in need might have an illness or might have a disability, and they might be having problems in dealing with their day-to-day activities. And that person might be your aging parent, might be a relative, or sometimes might even be a child with special needs. So the person who cares for these people, they have a number of responsibilities, and sometimes it becomes overwhelming for them too, which leads to what is called as caregiver stress. I am sure at some point in life, all of us have been, are, or will be caregivers during our lifetime. Whether we are doing caregiving for an aging parent, or for your spouse, or for a child, maybe because of illness, injury or disability, whatever the case may be, there are a lot of tasks which we have to do. Very often our household tasks become even more to manage apart from the regular household chores which we have to do. And sometimes we have to take care of their personal needs too, that is bathing them, feeding them, helping them to use the washroom or toilet, giving them a shower, so many other things. And this, although it can be rewarding, it is very challenging too. And very often when the work piles up and you are doing it single-handedly, it leads to a lot of stress. This stress takes up many forms, in the sense that the caregiver very often feels very worried all the time. Secondly, the caregiver might have anxiety or go into depression himself or herself too, and also a lack of sleep because they are continually working or giving their care to the person in need. The emotional impact this gives on the caretaker can take its toll on the caregiver's health, because very often this illness or injury or disability may not be something which just the person recovers in a week or so. Sometimes it might extend to many months, many weeks, or even many years too, and slowly starts taking its toll. And the caregiver then sometimes becomes irritable too, because after all we are all human, and this irritability is now shown to the person to whom we are giving care, and the help of both of them suffer. Sometimes it may so happen that in spite of your best caregiving efforts also, the person's condition or health starts deteriorating, and then you begin to feel a total helplessness or hopelessness in the situation. What can we do at such times? The first point would be acceptance. Acceptance of the reality of the situation goes a long way in removing your stress. Let's say you are a caregiver, and the person you are caring for is somebody very close to you, maybe your aging parent, maybe your spouse, maybe your child, and you know that this is something which is going to take a very long time to recover to. In such cases, there is no point in continually asking the question, why does this have to happen to me, why do I need to go through this? Because in life there are very often many situations for which science and technology still have no answer, and we still have to wait for some major medical developments to take place. Especially in such conditions, instead of stressing yourself over and over again with the question why, or even worse still, blaming yourself for the situation or blaming somebody else for the situation, which is again going to cause you more and more stress, the best thing would be acceptance. Acceptance of the situation. The second way to handle it would be focus on why you have taken up this responsibility. Let us say you are taking care of your aged parent, and maybe that parent is going through some very difficult phase, maybe suffering from Alzheimer's or some terminal illness, whatever the case may be. Or maybe even the parent has just had a hip fracture, which again makes him bedridden and you have to take care of all his needs. There also, whenever you feel stressed, just focus. Why am I doing this? And if it is your parents, definitely you might feel, yes, I want to repay my parents for the way they have looked after me when I was a child, and then you will definitely feel that you're stressed. Another very important point, take care of your physical health. I know it can be very overwhelming, and after finishing all the tasks of maybe taking them to the washroom, giving them a bath, changing their clothes, feeding them, then you might feel too exhausted or you might feel very irritated and you might not even want to take your own food. Please do not do that. Do not neglect your health, because only if you are healthy, you will be in a position to give care to your family member or relative. And so definitely to eat nutritious food and see that you have your meals on time. Another thing, spend at least 10 or 15 minutes every day going out in the sunlight and fresh air. Believe me, this small short walk, 15 minutes is basic minimum is what I am saying, in the outdoors, in sunlight and fresh air, definitely does wonders for your system, and it helps you to reduce your stress and anxiety levels too. And another most important point, apart from your physical health, take care of your mental health too. How do we do that? Take out a minimum of 30 minutes each day. When you just relax, distract yourself from this situation. Maybe you watch TV for some time, maybe you listen to music, maybe you read something interesting, or maybe you just walk over to a friend's place and chat with them, talk to somebody on the phone. So all these things also will help to overcome your stress, and the situation will be better manageable too. And finally, and most importantly, don't hesitate to ask for help. I know many people have this notion, no, I should do it myself. They feel shy to ask help from others. There is nothing wrong with it. If they refuse, it's okay. But there is nothing wrong in asking for help, or again sharing the burden. If you are some few sisters or brothers together who are taking care of your parents, you can share the burden, maybe the physical burden or financial burden. So always ask for help, there is nothing wrong. Or if you need to take help from an agency, do that too. From a personal viewpoint too, when my mother-in-law was alive, towards the end, she had a hip fracture, and I took care of her personally, and I did my best efforts. You all know how much we loved her. But even today, sometimes when I think back, I feel maybe I could have done a little more. This feeling is quite natural, because you have been caring for someone for whom you have a lot of affection. This is a very natural feeling, but that does not mean that you have to feel guilty or bring you down. You did your best, you did whatever was possible by you in those circumstances, and beyond that, it is God's will. And remember, taking care of yourself as a caregiver is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe to Geeta's Kitchen, and we'll meet again with another interesting episode from Geeta's Kitchen. Thank you.